Navi, 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 Navi. Hello. Welcome back, guys. We had a short break. We are ready to resume Maincast Autumn Brawl action. Final series of the day. This is going to be hype. We've got Nemiga.
Winstrike.
Yeah, there you go. Same time, different teams.
Strike.
Same strike.
Winstrike, Nemiga.
You got so many strike jokes you can make between Empire and
Bowstrike, Winstrike, Grimstrike.
Then the Grimstrike. We talked about this English before this.
Damn it.
But there you go. You see this.
I need to work on it, obviously.
You do. But don't worry. There's plenty of time. We've got a best of 3 here between Winstrike and Nemiga. Underdogs and Team Spirit will play tomorrow. Straight away in the morning. But right now, I mean, this is a TI team versus, not really known team. They've been around for a little bit.
What do you mean?
Well, they've been around a while, but like
they won versus the powerhouse of EPG to get here, and now you diminish them the way you do you? Shame on you, Killer Pigeon. Shame on you.
Oh, Liz, I don't know how to tell you this, but EPG is not that relevant.
What do you mean it's not that relevant?
Well, they didn't make it to the major. They didn't make it to the minor. They won at TI.
Man, you know what? Shut up.
Okay, you know,
leave EPG alone.
I'll just shut up.
Yeah, all right, guys. So we have Nemiga versus Winstrike, and I don't know about you, but I'm definitely ready for some CIS bloodbath because this match is going to be very interesting because these teams, they don't care about strategy, they don't care about tactics. They just want some good old-fashioned Dotes to be played.
And there is Dotes. There it is.
There's Dotes.
Look at that. We've got a few picks already underway. In time to see Ogre just scratching himself and staring into his brother's eyes. Are they brothers? I don't know. I assume so.
Who, Ogre and who?
Ogre and Ogre.
Ogre and Ogre?
Ogre and Magi.
Ogre and Magi. Oh.
You never thought about that, have you?
Ogre and the Magi. So one is the clubbing one and the other is the spellcaster. Is that it?
I do the spells.
Oh no, I do the clubbing.
There you go.
All right.
A little bit more slurred there. You've been drinking with the Ukrainian crew?
A little bit.
All right.
I mean, when in Rome.
When in Ukraine.
When in Kiev.
Ukrainia. Right. Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm sorry, Ukraine. You need to be called Ukrainia now.
So we actually pronounce it Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Yeah, so.
I like that. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right,
so
we were stop monkeying around.
Yeah,
we're already got an Earthshaker. Let's focus on what's happening in the drop. Because right now, you have got the Tiny Phoenix and Nature Prophet and Nemiga. They couldn't get the tree because they banned it themselves.
Yeah, so that's actually kind of weird, banning out the Treant but picking up the Phoenix, as that combination is so good. You do have another tree in the form of Nature's Prophet, the Tree Daddy, the Tree Daddy.
Yeah, the Tree Daddy. If you're going to pick up the Tree Daddy, why the hell do you buy the ban the Treant? Because, of course, this guy can scout out Treant pretty easily. Yeah. I mean, he can stop you split pushing, don't get me wrong, but still.
Yeah. So, basically, when you have a Prophet and the Treant is versus you, the Treant can always scout you out and just bash you, contain you until someone comes in and then you're dead. So it's kind of good versus a position 3 Fury on Aura 5 if you pick a Treant, that is. But Phoenix plus Treant are really good, so unfortunately we're not gonna see that combination. However, this makes me think, is this Fury on... let's actually see. Okay, we have a Storm, a very early Storm pick actually.
That is. But I think you were going to say, is this going to be Nature's 5 or 3?
Yeah, exactly, because we have a Tiny. So what could happen is Tiny 4, Phoenix 5, and Nature's Prophet 3.
That seems most feasible here because I don't like Prophet as a 4. I prefer him as a 5. He picks up 1 or 2 items and just split pushes.
I mean, you can have Phoenix 4 as well. It's not horrible, but you'd rather have that Phoenix on 5, as once he gets that level 10, he gets the 90 gold talent, and from that point onwards, he's gonna find his items anyway.
He
doesn't need a lot. Right now, he's playing versus Huskar.
Playing versus a Huskar. Okay, this is a 4th pick Huskar. Apparently, both these teams did not get the memos. Typically, you pick these type of heroes in the last phase.
Yeah, and the problem is Storm Spirit cannot dodge this lane. If they put Huskar on mid, Storm is kind of bound to be there. You can't really put the Storm on the side lanes. He suffers too much if you sack his experience. So it looks like a problem. And also, this Huskar works really well versus all the other heroes, especially the Phoenix, as the Phoenix with his magic damage does absolutely nothing to a Huskar, who is also a very strong hero when it comes to attack speed, so he can deal with the egg. The Weaver as well can deal with the egg really well. And all of these heroes deal well with the egg when you have the Bloodlust on. The Storm Spirit, they have catch for him. They have some long distance fissure into Blink. From Shaker, they can catch Storm as well. And right now, I really like the way Winstrike has drafted, as it looks much stronger than what Nemiga have in store. So far, at least.
I mean, so far, Nemiga made it very simple. More or less what Winstrike done. What Always Want to Fly was doing, he's sitting there, watching his PC, sees the Storm 4th pick, then immediately does this. Pick the Husker.
Storm?
Just pick it up.
Storm?
Pick the Husker.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that funny, though. Huskar is...
Husker is serious business.
He's very serious. Look at those abs, those pecs, the muscles.
Here we go.
Quads,
Muscle man
actually.
mode.
No,
Activate.
you know what? It's about all these other heroes. Like when you Night Stalker and I don't know. Like they made them look really bulky and strong on the upper body, but they don't squat. While this boy, look at those quads, man. His legs are huge. This guy knows what's up. This guy does not miss leg day. That's what's happening.
Clearly. Apparently, you don't miss those details either.
Of course I don't.
Could have went for his fabulous hair or his well-manicured nails. Instead, you're on the thighs.
That's your department. You
All
can
right.
you can take over there.
You can have the thighs. But farm ban on a faceless void from Nemiga. Maybe they're thinking too much about the last game. I don't think it's that good with this lineup Winstrike has right now.
The Void?
Yeah, I don't like it that much.
Yep. Yeah, me neither.
I mean, we had this before. We had a game where there was an Earthshaker and a Void, and we said they kind of counteract what each other does.
Right, it's not only the... You're so on point when you say that, because it's not only the Earthshaker, it's everyone else. Like, they have nothing to follow up in that chrono. Yeah, the chrono is good versus the Storm. You can catch him with it, but overall, that ban, I mean, doesn't really make much sense to me as well, to be honest. It's, I guess, versus Huskar, you can catch him in the chrono, and with Silver Edge, perhaps you can take him down. That makes some sense. But if you pick it, but if you ban it, then I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking.
I mean, maybe...
That's the only hero that makes sense versus
Yeah.
versus Storm. Yeah, you catch him, but you have no damage afterwards, no follow-up whatsoever.
I was saying, like, with Void kind of appearing a bit more, do you think we're going to see Sand King eventually? Because that was a classic combo, right?
Sand King, also one other hero that's kind of lost Jakiro. He's been actually a top pick just a few months back, but right now, kind of forgotten actually. Especially as all these other tanky sports are coming back into the game, it's surprising to me that Jakiro is out completely versus all these Undyings and Ogres. He fares quite well.
Yeah, he's a beefy boy. Probably the tankiest range hero you're going to find, and dishes out a lot against two heroes in a lane.
Oh,
Legion. Okay, this is good, actually. Lockdown for the Storm. Easy pickings on the Nature's Prophet when he's split pushing. Even the Phoenix, of course, stopping that egg.
Yeah, stopping that tag, and also with your second spell, you're going to help the Huskar if they jump him. Versus Fire Spirits, it's also good. Versus Storm Spirit is awesome.
Oh, as a okay, I want to be excited because it's a Meepo game. You want to be as well.
Okay.
But you just picked the Meepo into a Legion Commander.
I think this Meepo can work here, actually. You're playing versus Huskar, versus Shaker and Legion, but a Meepo pick could actually work, honestly. So, you know me. I was a Meepo spammer for my whole life. I love the hero, and in this game, he actually has only one real counter, and that's that Shaker. So if you manage to kind of make the Shaker poor, or if you manage to catch off the Shaker, pick him off before these fights, if you see that he has used the Echo somewhere else, you should be able to have a proper fight. Yeah, LC with the nuke is kind of strong versus Meepo. She dishes out so much damage, but at the same time, she's not really strong when it comes to duels, because you buy E-Blade, she duels one, you E-Blade the Meepo that she uled, and you're fine. Overall, I honestly think the Meepo could work in this game. It's not perfect Meepo game, there are counters, but if he finds the proper timings, and if he fights Huskar for that first Roshan, and if it's the Meepo that takes the Aegis, the game can fall apart for Winstrike. That's the thing, it's all about that first Aegis, honestly.
I mean, the thing I was going to say as well is the Legion Commander would be good on the lane against the Meepo, but it's not going to be on the lane. It's actually going to be Iceberg mid on that Huskar still. They haven't changed their plans at all. So
wait, it's a Meepo on Storm as well, right?
Oh, wait, no. Is Kodos the mid? I'm wondering if they're putting him in the out lane.
It depends.
Because Kodos has been on the mid before.
So that's the problem. They have a Storm, right? Storm and Meepo. If my eyes were not deceiving me, they have a Storm and Meepo. And the problem with those two heroes is the fact that if you experience star them, they don't really fare well. Like, these two heroes need their levels so badly. Meepo needs the level 5 as soon as possible. It's not only the level 3 with the second Meepo, it's the level 5 which allows him to actually farm really fast in the jungle. And the Storm, he needs his 6.
And I was about to say, the hit on that as well is both of them will try and divert to the jungle.
Exactly. I completely agree with you on that one as well. Both of them, they have this little off time in which they're supposed to be farming. However, Meepo can be played aggressively. You can be ganking around. You can be rotating while Storm is farming. It's not horrible. The hero does... He has a small power spike when he has 2 Meepos. You have 2 Meepos, maybe a couple of raid bands, and the power threads, and you're fine, actually. You're already good to go. Level 10 is actually a huge power spike for Meepo if he manages to get it like around minute 9:30. We'll see. We'll see. He actually started with the raid band, and he's gonna be playing versus Iceberg's Huskar.
Yeah, but this will be the Meepo in the mid and
Alright.
Storm
So
on the out lanes. I think it's gonna be he's going offlane.
yeah, so it's weird the way they're gonna lane the Storm. However, when it comes to Meepo versus Huskar lane, it sounds like Meepo is bound to lose it, but there's a way for Meepo to win this game. Basically, you go into Geostrike, you max it a few times, you don't even need Earthbind, so you get Geostrike 2 levels and 1 level into Poof. Obviously 1 level into Ultimate, and with 2 Meepos you can take that Huskar down, even if he... But the issue is you need some help, as if he gets a few... if he gets a few extra Fire Spears out on you, you can fall as well. It's not an awful Meepo game, that's what I'm saying. He can definitely be a powerhouse here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the supports in this case, and Winstrike, they do have the reset available in those scenarios with the Earthshaker. And the Ogre, also not too bad at dealing with the Meepo's aggression. So when I look at the other side, Nemiga have mainly right-click damage and aware slow and right-click damage. They don't have any stuns to lock down the Huskar.
Yeah, that can be a problem. So basically you just have to itemize properly with the Meepo because of that, and that's it. He's not really in... We'll see. It's all about the way he plays, actually. So, 3...
Ooh, no, people trust Winstrike.
Yeah, the odds aren't really in Meepo's favor.
And this is kind of another thing to highlight that we've seen it really resurge, just like people forgot about it for a while, is all balking heroes, right? Ones with abilities that don't aggro the creep wave when they're aggressing you with right clicks. It's actually quite problematic, especially these mid matchups. It's usually quite decisive with the Klinkses, with the Huskars.
Well, the thing is, so far Meepo has had no CS denied away from him. He's farming, and because of that, he's gonna get that level 3 on time. I think so far it looks that way, at least. And if he gets that level 3 on time, the Huskar damage and his harassment kind of does not matter any longer, because you can always rotate 1 Meepo in the base, heal him up, rotate the other one in, and then with the few levels and some farm, like not even power threads, normal boots and 3 raid bands, you'll be able to kill the Huskar. So
that's something to highlight here as well, as I'm thinking, if Iceberg controls that next creep wave correctly and pulls it back towards his tower, Meepo immediately gets starved, and he's already starting to get a lot of harassment.
I agree, and that Huskar that had 0 denies now has 3, so...
Astral should be in trouble here. Nice avalanche coming out. Chosen one, make sure his Phoenix doesn't fall.
Offlane Storm, though. Alright.
I mean, it is the Radiant side, so it's not as threatening as if you were a Dire side offlane, but still.
You're still starving yourself of experience,
and it's also, you just saw that interaction there, Non-Grata. He'll just get counter-attack whenever the small treants attack him.
He's gonna have to solve up now. Yeah, LC versus the Furion lane is very LC favored, at least when the Furion is position 5 like he is here. So
especially with the overwhelming odds as well.
Exactly, versus the trees and the heroes there. 69 is going the way of Huskar.
Yeah, it's starting to turn very quickly. This is not boding well, but luckily Meepo can farm up a lot. That's the whole goal with this hero, is you farm multiple locations, you get a lot of XP and gold intake.
Yeah, you don't really care. And when you are Radiant, you talked about Radiant offlane, well, Radiant jungle is really good for Meepo as well. This is going to be able to just rotate into it and finish his items. However, so far he's not been able to get level 3 even, and that's problematic. How much does he need? Yeah, Alright, he didn't. You know what he did? This is the problem. So this Meepo, he went in and he used Poof, And because of that, the lane was under Iceberg's control to do whatever he wants to. And so far, this Meepo has struggled a lot, as minute 240, you should already have been farming the jungle with 2 Meepos. You should already have at least 2 Raid Bands. And now he gets level 3 and finally his game can start. He has been delayed quite a lot though, but he can recover. It's not the end of the world.
It's hard to stick in the lane at all though, because of course Huskar does get that big power spike at level 4. He has a lot of damage.
You can't any longer, definitely. Basically, you let him push, you go to the jungle, you farm the medium camp like this, exactly, and then you rotate mid with 1 Meepo, maybe you poof to get a few creeps, and then you poof back to the fountain, and that's it.
Yeah, rinse, repeat, which means Huskar does get free lane, but right now it's the best way to deal with him. Meanwhile, Fishman, first blood drawn as Non-Grata uses the overall nods.
Yeah, and as that Meepo is farming the jungle, the Shaker is actually coming, and that Shaker actually, if he uses the totem first...
No, he can't get close enough. But Kodos has to be careful. He has to know something's going on. Surf Shaker's gone missing from lane. As a result of that, they're going to try and pressure Weaver, but how do you do this? Weaver can always escape.
Yeah, it's not really easy. You can pressure Silent, but you can't really zone him completely out of this lane. Not just yet, especially when you're pushing, at least.
Yeah, that's true. And in this kind of situation, unless you burst him down from full straight away, he is always going to exist.
And Meepo completely goes on the other side to the safest triangle, farms there. 1 Meepo is in the fountain. The problem is this Huskar is completely uncontested. And I think this it was not really necessary. When you're playing a Meepo versus Huskar, you don't really have to suffer this hard.
I think they're now in a scenario where balls on that, Chosen One turns around with the avalanche toss, Velio tanks it, and now Chosen One's dead. No escape from this with a swarm on him. Final tap from Velio. He's a very greedy support, I've noticed.
Top lane's
Attracting a lot of damage, going to be ran down. They don't care about the static remnants. They actually might dive him. Always want to fly things twice, though.
Yeah, Storm is kind of difficult to dive.
Oh, Fishman's here.
Oh, here we go.
There's Sprout coming out. Always want to fly, taking a lot of damage. He might go down. The stun's coming out. The ignite there onto Zitrax. The everyone else in return. He needs to move away, but can he do it quick enough? The attacks from Non-Grata needs it, and he gets it.
Actually, it was the Ogre that gets the kill,
yeah,
unfortunately.
He did burn.
Yeah, but Non-Grata did get the experience, so he should be... Oh, all right.
He was trying to push him on the cliff.
I hope he was.
I hope that's what he's doing. Yeah. Well, I like that as well. Instantly, he's like, okay.
Yeah, Fishman though.
Non-Grata's dead?
No.
No?
No.
There's
he's not dead.
Press the attack coming out. Fishman needs to escape. The Sprout won't save him. Nice blocks coming out from the trees there.
Yeah, there we go.
He should be safe. Bot lane. Action going on. Silent. He dodges out just in time. It will tick out to the burns.
Yeah, and Fishman was chased to the fountain, but because of that shrine there...
And they found a kill on the Kodos. Velio has been on point with his movement so far. Sometimes he does make Silent suffer, but right now, enabling Iceberg this much is worth it.
Yeah, I think slowing that Meepo down while he's farming the jungle is definitely worth it, even if Silent is suffering, because your Huskar is also doing so well on the mid. And honestly, like, Meepo can win versus Huskar, but it depends. If Huskar gets a huge advantage, and if he's in front with items,
so
might be difficult.
It's Pigeon Atlas time. Let me get ready for this. So I've talked about last season, Flight to Moon to Winstrike. There was always this problem that teams didn't understand, which is they prioritized shutting Iceberg down too much, and then Silent would just appear out of nowhere 10 minutes later and take control of the game. Now, in regards to that, I think it's fair to say you shouldn't put too much pressure on Iceberg. You need to make sure Silent is shut down. But putting no pressure on Iceberg, you're giving a freebie. You're really giving a victory over here.
You know what? Most of the games that we casted together, when it comes to Winstrike, if Iceberg is dominating the lane and Silent is suffering, like, they lose. But if Iceberg...
That's true. That is true.
I remember most games, but if Iceberg is doing really poorly, he miraculously comes back and he just dominates the game after.
Always want to fly. Should die here, but not before the Nature's Prophet does.
Yeah, they get that good kill on the Prophet.
Zitrax has got up to 6. He's not doing too bad here. He's actually got an XP advantage over Non-Grata and Kodos. Velio's found him. The Fissure comes out. He's got an enchant turn. Goodbye, Meepo. And that is an Earthshaker solo in your mid. Non-Grata is going to run away here. It's going to be teleporting from Fishman. The Sprout's there, but don't worry, he's got a Quelling Blade.
Yeah, sticks plus the Quelling Blade and he's fine. Yeah, this is looking really rough for Meepo. Honestly, they are reading his movements properly. They planted the same wards that you would plant versus an Alchemist. And they are definitely paying off, because that Meepo has died, what, 2-3 times now? But
it's getting a little bit rough.
It's getting rough indeed.
Astral getting rougher for him.
Yes, he has
Fairy
dive.
fires up. He's going to dive away. He needs to get rid of the swarm. He's going to go for the TP out. Velio moving across. Needs one tap. He can't get it. They're chasing on Zitrax though. They were pretty deep. Needs to be careful. Non-Grata getting low. Stun's going to come out. Storm doesn't have any man to work with. But Kodos, he needs this kill. He needs something. Avalanche toss. They rotate practically the whole team to get that kill. And Iceberg's here as well.
Iceberg is here. He does not have that armor yet. And
Always want to fly, will give his life.
yeah, he should probably get out. Because right now, if he dies, he throws such a huge advantage that he has. But he already took that tier 1 on mid, and he's like, alright.
He needs something to do.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes in. I took the tower. What do I do now? Like, help me out, guys. Give me ideas.
Is this going to be like a Dora the Explorer scenario?
He might die. That's what he might do.
Yeah, they get him. Nice pick-off actually happening there.
Yeah, I mean, an awesome pick-off. Just the Chosen One, the Phoenix and the Fury on killing that Huskar. Not really something that you would expect.
Yeah, but when you go that deep, you need to be punished.
I mean, it's not only that he was deep. What he did is basically he started farming creeps in the river there. Farmed the Radiant Wave that was following him. So, I don't know, not really. No.
Not advisable.
Very cocky. Remember what we said about Iceberg winning the lane. Remember?
Yeah, that's the thing actually, because he's that type of player. He delivers under pressure.
Yeah, right? There are some players that actually deliver under pressure, and there are some that crack. And
We've kind of seen that. I think like Bone is the big example we've seen in the last few days. Is he's usually the guy who gets dumpstered on a team, but he always makes a comeback.
Mm.
And then you give him a lot of farm. He maybe gets a little bit too cocky.
Yeah, and he makes some.
Yeah, we saw that with
after.
the puck game.
Yeah, exactly. Dominates the lane and then suffers later.
Well, if they're lucky, Silent will stay composed, and they should be fine.
Oh, Meepo.
But guess what? Meepo's not fine. Iceberg found him. And they get the kill. The neutrals almost actually got the touch.
Yeah, they're gonna farm this small stack as well, I suppose. Maybe they'll leave it down to Velhor might farm it.
Nah, they'll spread out. They don't want to overstack their farm. Velior could do with this gold as well.
Definitely, he's 1k gold in already. He did not go for arcane boots though. He has tranquils, which is
That's kind of fine here though.
Yeah, a bit easier to get the dagger then, but overall, yeah.
Astral. They're going to TP in. Velior's been seen. They're split on what to go for. Sprout comes out. Velior should be punished for his greedy farm. Meanwhile, on the other side, Astral being ran down, needs to escape from Silent. Velior, the Fissures out, interrupts the dive, and Astral deny himself to the creeps unintentionally.
Yeah, well, he was saving that fissure a little bit just so that Phoenix must die, but...
I mean, he clearly did not want to die himself there.
Yeah, exactly.
He even put down the fire spirits to try and stop it. Detracts went a little bit deep. Fishman stuck here in his own Sprout. Non-Grata's going to find him. Jules going to come out, and there's your first win of the game. Meanwhile, mid, Kodos needs to make his escape. He'll just about be able to get out. Close call, though.
Yeah, he took so much damage from the spears, though. He got really low.
So far, though, this is... I mean, it's not looking good for Nemiga, but it could be much worse. Iceberg going in. Needs to be careful. Toss going to be there. They drop the egg as well. Iceberg. Armlet toggles beautifully. He doesn't even care about the egg. This might be a mistake, though, because now Nature's Prophet here as well. He's stunned up. Can they get him? Yes, they can.
I think he should have went for the egg,
He definitely should have. He could have got it in time.
He would have definitely got it. So, unfortunate decision-making.
This is the Iceberg not under pressure.
Yeah, that's it. Get back, get back. I'm way too deep, all alone.
I think he's told to always want to fly. He is pretty deep. Zitrax isn't going to chase him though because Non-Grata's nearby.
Yeah, but always want to fly. Exactly. He has Non-Grata there. While Iceberg, he was all alone, so deep there. Unnecessary.
It's kind of like when Velior's there, they do great. Whenever Velior's not there, Iceberg dies. That's the story of the game. Fishman in trouble. The Fissure is going to be there. Silent will chase up. Should be able to finish off this kill with the vision coming out from the swarm. He doesn't have to worry about the Sprout. Meanwhile, behind, Velior should fall. The Chosen One is going to try and run it off. He's got the Echo Slam, but that's not how you want to use it.
Yeah, as you can see, they are throwing their lead a little bit, aren't they? I mean, yeah, they killed the Furion, but they lost the Shaker, and that Shaker was so close to the Blink Dagger, and now he dies twice in a row.
Yeah, Winstrike seems like they need to calm down a little bit.
Just a bit. Just a
tiny bit, yeah. But another tower falls. Non-Grata was pushing the whole time, and this is the man that should be going on the hunt for kills, not the Weaver.
Yeah, he's waiting for his dagger, though, so that's what's happening. He's very close to it. He's more... I think this guy is the most stable player on this team. He always delivers. It's interesting as well, because Non-Grata earlier this year, we always observed him as the guy that will either win you a game or kind of lose you a game in phenomenal fashion. Exactly. Lose you the game in phenomenal fashion. I still remember the game where he dove deep against the enemy team and they didn't have buybacks from ESL. That was a big one.
in the qualifiers.
Definitely. He did do some really strange movements before.
But he's matured very quickly, actually.
Exactly. The TI does that to a man. So, or so I've heard.
Yeah, calm down. You're a pro player. We can't go TI player. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get you there,
that's why I said, and so I've heard. That's so I've, because I wasn't there ever.
If Slats can be a stand-in, so can you.
Feels bad.
God, now I'm just kind of hesitating to see you in Shanghai, just walking around near the water supplies. Like, one of these players has come by, then they're going to need a stand-in. Hee hee hee.
So that's how it works. I should just mingle.
Mingle. Yes, definitely mingling. Weaver in trouble. They'll find him. He's dead. Always want to fly pretty deep now. He can't fly away like the Phoenix could. Buyback's going to come out. Weaver's back in the fight, though. He wants to turn this around. Astral needs to back off. Velia walking in. Echo, no! He doesn't achieve anything because the egg went down. I suppose it's going to work. They'll be able to get rid of the egg. Now Stan's going to chase on. They're going to see Fishman as well. Going to try for the TP. They should have just about enough damage to the fissure interruption. Yes, they will. And despite a slightly fluffed Echo Slam.
A slightly fluffed.
All in all,
they do win that fight. Yeah, they do win that fight, but the Weaver did buyback. And for Nemiga, the Meepo did not join that fight, and because of that, he was farming this whole time. His experience is not where you would usually want to be as a Meepo.
He's in recovery. Oh no, they just found Silent again. Chosen One's going to pay a price for this, though, as Iceberg dives in. He would kill, needs to be careful, though. Doesn't make the armlet toggle. Non-Grata, this is way too deep. What are you doing? You're dying. That's... Oh god, this is turning into... I mean...
Is this one of those games?
This is one of those games, because they are throwing their lead.
Is the prophecy real? Is it coming true again?
Because that's the thing, you said, Meepo not looking too good, not great levels, blah, blah, blah.
He's catching up.
Yeah, it's like the Alk logic. He's farming.
Yeah, it's really easy for him to catch up, especially if they aren't progressing with their items as well on the side of Winstrike. This Huskar, he needs items later on to be able to stand against the Meepo. And Meepo, he doesn't need a whole lot.
Right now, Chosen One is carrying his team, and he's doing it effectively. And this has been a brilliant start for Tiny.
The thing is, Weaver isn't really the best hero against Meepo either. Like, not really the strongest carry versus Meepo. Very easy to catch with the Earthbind and Hex.
Ooh, Non-Grata, the blink forward, the toss comes out, the control's there, and he's in trouble. Vortex on him, trying to move away quick enough. He's thinking about going for a duel, but I wouldn't advise it. Now Iceberg showing up, looking on Chosen One. Enough damage should be there. Silent move across well. The Swarm's going to cut through. Fishman's going to go for the TP out. The damage is overwhelming. He'll fall as well. 2-for-1 trade. Yep. And that's worth it because we just praised Tiny for how well he's doing. And then he goes, is this a caster curse every like 10 seconds?
I guess it is. I just said that Non-Grata is super stable, and then he dies twice in a row without.
And then I say Chosen One is carrying his team, and then he dies. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
So if we say something happens,
the opposite happens, basically.
All right, so I definitely think the Velia will not build a Divine Rapier.
Nice.
Look at this. We're tempting fate. There's no way that's going to come true. If we get 2 hours in and he builds a Rapier, I'm done.
He already has a blink.
Yeah, I might as well go for one now. Yeah. I mean, this is big as well. Echo Slam's coming off cooldown, but who does he set up with?
He doesn't really have much mana to work with.
I like these wards, by the way. They are aggressive on that Meepo because they realize they spent too much time on the rest of the team. They need to get back to pummeling the Meepo's face in.
Yeah, because you do have ways of dealing with that Meepo in the Shaker and the LC, but it's not really... It's not enough, that's how I feel. Because if they waste their ultimates on anyone else, the Meepo is just going to clean up. And if you let the Meepo clean up, and if he takes Rosh, suddenly he's knocking your Braxes out. And
Velio, I would advise TP. This is...
Tiny might see him, actually. Tiny might...
No, he knows about him, but there we go. Tiny walks, it blinks away.
Doesn't look like he knew, though. The way he moved.
No, he didn't. Like, Velio saw with the vision. But he was tempting fate there. Now they're just going to push on this tower. They do have the Tiny plus the Nature's Prophet. They should be able to get tier 1 unless Winstrike stops them. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Winstrike's looking at tier 2. Iceberg does almost have that halberd as well, which is a big pickup here.
That's actually huge versus Meepo as well. The more like Solar Crests and halberds you get, the harder it is for Meepo to take you down because he cannot build into a true strike item. There's nothing. MKB does not work on Meepos or anything like that. You can build a Bloodthorn, but it's not really where you want to invest.
But I like what's happening here. Winstrike is allowing them to take these small objectives and look for the bigger ones, and they're going to find it. Kodos here, they should be able to go through the duel's going to be there, Meepo's going to fall. Good luck, Puffin, or doing anything but dying.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Yeah, bye-bye, Meepo. Yeah. Well, we said they needed to actually get back to just kicking him in the nuts a little bit, and they've done exactly that.
Yeah, and they, again, didn't even use that echo. It was just a fissure into the duel.
Ball landing in. Storm's checking Roche. He assumed they'd go there. It was a fair shout, because I was about to say, Winstrike could try for this.
They should have, actually. As Meepo is dead, going Roche seems very plausible. The problem here is you are playing versus Phoenix and Tiny with the blink.
Yeah.
And if they catch you out in that Roche pit, and that Meepo is respawning, and you just damage that Roche pit, like, it can be very problematic for you to come back after that fight. So
that's my fault. It's level 1 egg, but yeah, the Tiny is too chaotic.
It is a level 1 egg, but you can position
Tiny.
it.
They just found a kill. Nongra trying to move away. No, the Fissure blocks him in the Echo. Velio's going to turn around. 2 kills already. And Chosen One has to run for the high hills. The regen picked up by Velio. He might look to go further. Silence going to charge him, but the Sprout cuts him off. And that, I mean, that looked grim at first with the Fissure. But Velio, quick reaction to go, wait, that's a golden opportunity right there.
He's on point. He's so on point so far with his Shaker. Really well played. Like that Fissure into Echo saves his LC as well. I actually expected LC to die there from the Fire Spirits, but with the heal, she survives.
Fantastically done. And
look at that.
Here we go. This is the thing. This was a good move. Chosen One,
of course,
had to do this because Nongra, he's been being a little bit cocky.
Yeah, you see Nongrata here, you jump on him.
Look at the reactions though. Immediately he just turns around and says, yes, we go.
Actually, for some reason, Storm did not pull him in. If he pulled him in, I think they would at least get Nongrata, but he didn't react on time, I suppose. Shaker was just a bit faster. Tiny's down.
That's Roche time, because now that Avalanche won't be there. If you egg, you die.
No, you can still egg on the opposite side of the pit.
Yeah, but they have mobility.
Yeah, they definitely do, so it's better that you just give this Aegis away. The problem is, it's not only that the Huskar is taking the Aegis.
It's that the Meepo isn't.
The Meepo isn't, exactly. Like, the thing that you really need with Meepo is that first Aegis. However, he's doing fine when it comes to farm. It's not, well, to be honest, it's not great, but I'm just trying to keep the game interesting here.
Let's be totally honest, you're a little bit upset because you were like, Meepo, yes, I'm going to nerd out hard. And it's hard to say good things about him right now. He's farming, but...
Yeah, he has been crushed so far, that's true. He has that Manta though, but they know where he is. They know that it's a Manta, I think, as well. And they're searching for him. I think they found him on the bottom lane.
Maybe. There we go. Velio moves in. The stun control is good. Meepo, can he escape quick enough? Yes, just about. Close call though. And Iceberg did take the tier 2 top in the meantime.
Yeah, so you lose the tier 2, but at least not all of them are there to proceed and push on to your high ground. Because they went.
They're waiting. Nongra goes in the duel. They found the Phoenix. Perfect target. Another duel win. Thank you very much. The Sprout will trap him in for 1 second.
What was that Sprout?
These lovers need some privacy.
Yeah. He's trying to hide them away from all the kids watching.
Avalanche top spot. Silent gets the time lapse though. They didn't get the Vortex. And Velio is here. He's going to blink away. But fail gank. Now Silent getting a little bit too tanky for this.
Chosen One ports out as well.
Actually, Shaker, he could have interrupted.
He was a bit too far, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the Fissure was on cooldown for 2 more seconds, but they could go for Zitrax. The Shadow Amulet, Velion moving forward. Ball line from Zitrax, makes the right move to be able to escape.
The problem is this Meepo isn't farming. Like, he's on 9k gold. Meepo, same like Alchemist, you have to be in front. That's a real issue for them right now.
They've been dodging the main jungle for a long time because there's early wards that came out from Winstrike, but they're not there anymore. But he's so afraid to try and find out, and they haven't got the gold to invest in fully dewarding.
So basically, he's doing it right now. You see the Manta there, the pickup. Like, he's using the Manta illusions to scout out mid and to continue to farm mid, which is really good. The problem is, I think he should have used one of those illusions to go into the right side of the jungle and the other into the left side, so that he sees
back and forth as well.
Poof back and forth to farm the camps and also to give him vision, because that's the only thing he can do right now.
Fishman, no, he can't escape. Silent solos him. He cancelled his teleport. Mistakes made. And Iceberg wants to hit the high ground. He's still got the Aegis.
There's nothing stopping him right now. Absolutely nothing at all. If they manage to toss him in, then maybe they'll be able to kill him.
Look at Velio. Oh, Nongra going in. Blade Mail comes out. Phoenix is a target. Can they get him? Yes, they can. They jump in. They'll kill him.
That was so aggressive, but they're feeling so powerful right now.
But this is typically what Nongra does. This is why he's loved by Winstrike. Is he will lead the way, no matter how deep. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, he actually saw Storm on top lane. He was creep skipping, and because of that, he realized there's nothing. They can't kill me. I'm going in.
Yep. Trying to slow down Iceberg a little bit, but how do you?
Yeah,
so damn tanky at this point.
If he was here earlier to creep skip, that would be good, but...
Jez1 tosses him back. Iceberg doesn't care though, he says final attack Citrax or maybe Fishman. Get the Glimmer Cape out, the Fish is there, but they don't have detection, they'll go back to hitting the buildings. Phoenix is up now though. Iceberg, press the attack on him to heal him up as well. He doesn't care, and he attacks so damn fast.
Well, Hellori, such a good position. If they
Meanwhile,
initiate...
I was about to say Meepos.
I mean, yeah, he's good pushing bottom, but it's not great. He's not doing it fast.
Sorry, I'm a Shaker fan. You're about to say something important. I don't mean to interrupt you. You're going to say Velior perfect positioning, right?
Yeah, he was.
I agree. Like, so far, Shaker's been on point this entire game.
Yeah, he was catching that Meepo out in the jungle, killing him, pressuring him, stopping his farm. Also here on the high ground push, he was positioned really well with the Shadow Amulet, so they could never initiate on the Iceberg.
It seems like so far, Velior has been a solid pickup for Winstrike, actually. Like, you know, you expect even issues to begin with, but he's come straight out of the gate and he's doing well.
So far, at least, all the games that we have watched, he's been fantastic.
Poor No Fear. Sometimes the change is just right.
They have BKB now as well in Huskar.
And they're coming out of the base because Nemiga feels confident now. The Roche, the Aegis is downstream.
Nongrata positioned so well though. If he sees anyone, he can jump.
Look, Iceberg, he's super deep. He's got 30 seconds left on this, but he doesn't care. Astral set up for a good egg.
Always want to fly, baiting so hard there.
They're going to realize they see Iceberg.
Hello.
Let's jump in. Chosen One tries to dodge with the blink, but it doesn't work. BKB comes out, and they're going to chase down Chosen One. The duel's going to be there, and he's going to fall. The BKB is used. Astral's going to TP out, and they actually might just go and push on bot now.
Storm zips in. Yeah, Storm zips in to creep skip there, so that they cannot push with the creeps from mid.
They're already setting up in top though. Weaver's going to push there. Meanwhile, Nongrata's going to be bot. The Aegis does get reclaimed, but they should be able to take that final tier 2.
Well, he doesn't have that BKB right now on Huskar as he used it mid. So perhaps this is your shot. He just lost his Aegis. Maybe you can kill him. The problem is if you go on that Huskar, the Shaker is going to follow up and you'll disappear. At least the Meepo is doing the right thing. He's being a little bit more greedier now. He's split pushing properly. He's taking way too much time.
You have to take those risks though, because so far, the safer he plays, the more they suffer.
Yeah, he isn't really playing very risky so far at least. The only thing that he's been split pushing with is with his illusions, which isn't really... It's good to not get picked off, but in a game such as this one, you have to take those risks.
Okay, Fishman all live this time. Silent hasn't got quite that much damage.
And the Glimmer Cape just keeps him safe.
But he did snatch a rune. He'll be happy with that. He's getting gold for his team. But the weird part is that the job Meepo's doing right now is what you'd expect the Nature's Prophet to be doing.
Yeah, you can do this, the Prophet on one lane, the Meepo on the other. The problem is he's still not finding his farm. However, if they manage to jump on this Huskar, they still do have damage to kill him.
He's pretty far forward.
So it's all about the Shaker, actually, if he manages to reset this fight or not. If the Shaker resets the fight...
Oh, Tusk coming in. Avalanche is going to move in here. Need to be careful. BKB comes out. Chosen One, what are you doing? Oh, Shaker silenced up behind him with the Shadow Amulet. They don't have detection. And Chosen One's going to try and move away the Shadow Blade. Dust comes out. Fishman's been found. He should fall. There's movement in. They're going to drop the Earthshaker, but they can't do it. He's too tanky. Echo Slam comes out and Storm. He gets caught. The kisses are coming out. Citrax says, thank you very much for murdering.
Yeah, so they did realize who they have to initiate on. Basically, they wanted to go on the Shaker. With the Storm, their call is, okay, Storm, control the Shaker while we try and get Huskar down. But the execution was really sloppy. They missed their spells on both sides, actually.
That's true. Nongrata's always pretty deep. They did lose always one fly and he did buyback, but the most important aspects are alive, and that's Iceberg and Iceberg.
Yes.
Oh. Well, if you drop the egg, Silent can just get rid of this, but no, BKB's going to come out, it's going to go to work, it's going to be close, he gets it. Time lapse away, he'll make his escape. Iceberg going to town with Meepo, Meepo's going to fall, the overall odds are overwhelming, and the Suns or the Tiny get in the game as well. Nongrata's going to move, and the duel's going to come out. They found Phoenix, he just fought back, he's going to die. Nature's is the only one left, and this is looking grim. Buyback out from Meepo, Storm moving in, looking for the opportunity. Silence does come out onto Iceberg, but he doesn't care. And actually, Storm running out of mana, he needs to be careful. He might chase. Nongrata's swing back, blinks in. There's the move. Fishman, one more tap. The Glimmer Cape just in time will be fine. But they're going to run out of base. GG, good. They know it's over. And I believe you were, let's be honest, you love Meepo. You were hoping the words you just got Meepo were going to happen. But sometimes you just get...
Huskar.
Yeah, you just kind of get Huskar. It happens. Meepo can't win every game.
Pepe.
He doesn't win any games. I'm sorry, he's irrelevant.
He's not relevant. I think the hero is actually strong. I think the way they played this game as a team game was not on point when it comes to Nemiga's execution. They made some crucial mistakes in the way they laned. Also, picking a meeple with the Storm is really greedy, as both of these heroes tend to fall off after or during the laning stage, and they have to recover. The problem that I saw is that the Huskar was completely unchecked. The meeple messed up with the way he approached the lane with the first poof, as that allowed Huskar to deny all 3 creeps in the remaining lane, in the remaining wave. Then he got his level 3 way too late, and because of that he wasn't really in position to be healthy enough in the jungle while he was farming. Shaker found him a few times, he dies. Yeah, just a hard position for a meeple. And then you have no one else to rely on, as you have a Storm off lane. So the whole draft was really wonky, honestly. It looked like a cheesy draft, and maybe it's something that worked for them before, but versus Winstrike,
I mean,
it obviously didn't.
It's kind of interesting to hear you talk about that one moment with the meepo in the mid lane. And we've heard it from CCNC the summit before. He said, I lost that lane because of the glyph, missed out on 1 creep, that made the difference.
Of course.
And it was that type of lane. I agree, because you are the meepo expert. In fairness, I am going to, of course, agree with you. But still to the point, if you make that move right, if you control the creep wave and don't use that puff, you get free a lot quicker. And you're not looking at Iceberg with level 4 when you still have level 2. You can actually be present in the lane.
The problem with that is, like, if he doesn't use poof, the way he approached it is he eats way too many spearing arrows. So perhaps just stay on the high ground until the creeps are low, then go down, then try to get the last hits. The way he played it was not optimal, that's all I'm gonna say, but it was not really only on meepo. However, they did last pick a meepo, so I don't know.
That should be your big reveal, your big strategy, yeah. And like we said, that Storm pick 4th was peculiar. And as a result, they had to make that choice because of the Huskar. I mean, I've got to give credit, though, to Chosen One. He did a lot of work, but in the end, there's only so much a Tiny can do to carry
the
a team.
Tiny really did well. That's completely true, but it was not enough because that Huskar was completely... I mean, even with the... Look, even with the meepo struggling and going to jungle, I think it's fine if they rotated someone mid to try and kill that Huskar a few times, to try and slow him down so that he doesn't get that armlet so fast. Later, yeah, they killed him twice, but it didn't really matter. He was already too farmed.
Well, these are best of 3s, so we've got plenty to come. Because maybe Nemiga, they'll go to the drawing board and go, okay, so our strategy didn't work. We didn't pressure Iceberg.
Maybe we pick meepo again and the Storm.
Maybe we should pressure Iceberg a little bit and not give him a free lane, because even though he kind of throws himself a little bit deep and dies a few times, Silent and Non-Grad are still stable. And with that note, with that thought, free advice from Nemiga. Check it out. This guy, he's smart. I'm here. We're going to go to a break. We'll be back in a few minutes with Game 2 between Nemiga and Winstrike.
You smart, bro. You smart. Don't worry. You smart.